recording. Okay, Leo. Yeah. Can you continue, please? You said that it talks about encryption, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if we say here, state two technologies that are required to provide a virtual private network. Let me share with you first this one. So one of the problem in the internet that is actually the internet is so much exposed to hackers that and those hackers does not use traditional ways in hacking. They actually even find bugs in operating systems, and they misuse that bugs to be able to steal people information. And I have seen it in the close range of contexts that people are able to hack phones very easy, that they are able to access money accounts, not bank accounts, but money accounts where people are able to do the trading for platforms like Bitcoin and so on, and they steal millions. And it's very hard to trace them because they work very smart. So anyhow, what we want to see here that using VPN in this case, like what you mentioned, that we ensure that all the data that's coming out from your computer until it reaches the VPN is actually totally secure or encrypted. But what I want to tell you is that we are building a tunnel. So this encryption is we are making a tunnel, or that we put all our encrypted information inside the tunnel, and that prevent unauthorized access like hackers. And also it helps us to, yes, like what you said, that ISP thinks that you are or even websites like YouTube, Facebook, thinks that you are in a different country. So it means that if there is certain websites that is blocked in your country, like for example, in Malaysia, certain websites are not allowed to be opened. So you are able to actually trick the people here in Malaysia to think that you are not opening website. Like for example, a country like Turkey, I think they blocked Twitter or Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. So this means that people who want, in China also there's something similar. So if they want to use Facebook or YouTube or even Google activities, then they have to use a VPN. Only through a VPN they are able to use it. They are not able to use WhatsApp. They have to use, I think, WeChat, if I'm not mistaken, and so on. So that is one of the things. So what I say is that yes, you are protecting your data by encrypting it, and you are creating a tunnel to secure the passing of information inside it. So does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I would say, okay, let me see here. We said that you build a tunnel, and we said that, okay. So the VB components, part of answering that question, he's telling, no, let me then see. State two technologies that are required to provide a virtual private network. So are you able to tell me about these two technologies that can help us provide a virtual private network?
Well, first of all, you'd need a router to connect to the internet, and secondly, you'd need a device to act as the server.
Yes. So do you know which would, okay, if I look here, are you able to tell me which one is the server and which one is? So how do you find a VPN server? How do you define it?
Well, in a network, the server is the device that provides the information to the clients. So it would be similar in this case.
Okay, so the VPN provider is actually the VPN server in this case. So the VPN provider provides a list of servers all around the globe, and you have to choose from. So if you use the VPN before, then you will know that every company or every VPN provider will give you a list and is popular with a list of servers. So some companies is popular with a lot of servers in US. Some is popular with a lot of servers in UK. Some is popular with a lot of servers in Asia in general. So it depends. Every VPN provider have different amount of servers located around the globe. So they are not always using the same. And the VPN provider, you will find that when you start to connect using a VPN, using a client, so you have to install some kind of software on your PC, and that is called the client software. So this kind of client, you download it from the website of the VPN provider, and once you open the client on your PC, it will appear to you the number of servers here in UK, for example, in Malaysia, in Korea, in Japan, and so on. Okay, and there is also servers in Singapore, and so you will choose based on your current location, and because of course this when you choose a nearby server, it means a faster speed, and we will talk about that in maybe coming seconds. Okay, because the distance actually matters a lot. Okay, so and also you will choose the server with less utilization, and this will also come when we talk about traffic and how the speed of the internet or the speed of the connection is actually affected by other factors. So you will choose the server that have less clients or less people working through it, so that it can be faster to respond to you, and the nearest in distance. So if there is server in Malaysia, you will choose from the client to connect the server to in Malaysia. Okay, so okay, so we said, yeah, I would say an answer to the question about having two technologies. So using a tunnel to a server, using a router that is aware of VPN. Not all routers are VPN friendly. Some are VPN friendly. Some even have ability to set inside the router itself VPN connections. VPN need to be somehow. Did you know anything about firewalls? I
Yes,
think
yeah, I
yes,
do.
you do.
Yes,
Perfect. So I will talk about that later in details. So encryption protocol. Did you hear about IPsec or SSL or TSL?
I've heard of SSL encryption. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. So the encryption protocol that is used by VPN is IPsec, and I will talk about it in a while. VPN client software is the one that you install on your PC. Okay,
yes,
and this allow you. So when you install this client, you have to key in your username and password provided to you by the company VPN provider, and based on your subscription, of course, and then it will appear to you the list of servers that you have from provided to you by the VPN provider. Okay, let me see here. Are you able to tell me anything about the TCP/IP? What do you know about the TCP/IP?
uh, I don't know much about it. I know it's a protocol, but not much more than that.
Okay, so the TCP/IP is a protocol that is organizing the flow of packets through the internet. If you want to send a data from one computer to another, like for example, if we are communicating now through Zoom, it means that there is a packet, video packets that is transferred from my computer, sharing my screen to you. So the one who organize or orchestrate the flow of the data packets and cutting of it and making it flow from one place to another is the TCP/IP. This is in short and in summary. So how the data packets is organized, how the shape of the data packet, what is the contents of the data packet. So that is all organized and controlled by the TCP/IP protocol. So it is like, okay, is a protocol. I would say, if you go to the school, if you attend maybe a boarding school, so they will tell you our protocol is that you have to bring such and such from clothes, from this kind of clothes. You need a sport shoes of such and such specification, black color, for example, or they need something for that work for football, and they want something that works for running, or maybe you need some kind of shorts with certain colors. So this is a protocol of the boarding school that you have to follow. Okay, so the protocol for your computer or for application that is using the internet or sending information through the internet, and so they use the TCP/IP. Okay, is it fine like that?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Good. So let's talk now about the TSL, TLS, and SSL. So what did you know about the SSL so far? So I can build on it.
SSL, I mean, it was, I just recognized the name as like a kind of a security protocol because I've seen it like mentioned before, but in terms of like how exactly it works, I'm not like
No, no,
100% sure.
it's okay. It's no need to know how it works. We just need to understand a definition of it. Okay, and so we know that TLS and SSL is actually encryption protocols. The TLS is a successor for SSL and have improved security. Both of those are used in encryption, and I would say they are used by the browser and mail. So you know that you're able to send email. Did you try to send emails before? I believe so. You're already an adult. So
Yeah,
did you
yeah,
send emails before? Okay. So
yes.
emails are encrypted in somehow one of those. Sometimes certain providers use SSL, another provider use TLS. So in short, these two is used for encryption, and they are so important when you are dealing with e-commerce websites and banks. So when you are dealing with a bank, you would like that to see that all the information that is passed from your computer to the server is actually encrypted, so to avoid somebody um, intercepting your information and stealing something from it. So we can think of SSL and TLS as a secure envelope for your data packet. So if you have a data packet like that, this is a secure envelope for it to encrypt your data packet and hide it from the eyes of people. So nobody can intercept it and even um, play with its content. Okay? Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Does this add benefit to you?
But
Okay, so we go back to IPsec. So although SSL and TLS is good, but VPN adds a good layer of security. The IPsec is the one responsible for making a secure tunnel between your PC and the client software that you already installed, the VPN client that you installed on your PC, to the VPN provider. The one who do this kind of secure tunnel is the IPsec. So, and they say, in short, imagine IPsec as a secure tunnel for all your data traffic. So it encrypts not only important data packets or selective data packets. No, it actually encrypt everything, and it authenticate both devices at the end of the tunnel. So it makes sure that your data is, which is intended to go to the VPN provider or even the server or of the VPN provider, So it must arrive to this specific VPN provider, not anybody else, not any computer in the middle, not any hacker in the middle. And it makes sure that the information actually comes from you, not from somebody else, because hackers have techniques to actually fool the servers, certain servers, to believe, but not the VPN one, to believe that, oh, the information is actually coming from you, but actually they intercept the information from you to the bank, for example, and they act as a man in the middle, and then they start to retrieve and send information directly to the bank as if they are you. They are imitating your IP address. They are playing with the data packets content to fool the bank to think that it is you. Okay, but actually you are not. It is not you. Okay, so that is not possible to be done with IPsec and VPN. Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, okay, now we managed to answer this first question. So, this is the two technologies that we talked about. The two technologies is actually can be a VPN client, VPN aware router, and the rest of other possibilities here. The VPN tunneling, we said the router encryption protocols, IPsec, SSTL, or TSL also is acceptable. It's supposed to be you say IPsec only, but like what I see here, that they also accept another answers from you, and the VPN client. So any two of these four is acceptable as an answer. Okay, does this make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now can you tell me, now identify two factors that may affect the speed of transmission? If you want to transmit information from one place, data packets from one place to another, what is the factors that affect that?
One would be the bandwidth, and second would be like the size of the data being transferred.
Yes, you are correct, actually. There is many others, but what you mentioned is actually correct. So let me share with you here. Okay, so this is all the factors that affect this transmission speed. So what impacts the transfer speed is the traffic. So if there is a lot of traffic on certain router, then definitely he will not respond very fast to your traffic. So things will slow down. The time of the day, so the speed of the internet, even though if you purchase a high bandwidth from your from the internet provider company, it's all affected by the time of the day. So I would like you to see here, this is the download speed at different time of the day. So this is the time of the day and the hours. So you will find that at certain hours, the speed actually goes down. So that is affected by how many people dealing with. So, and again, like I said, the time of the day. There is environmental issues, which is if there is high temperature, that will affect the internet speed. If we have interference from other devices that is nearby, so that will also reduce the network speed. And again, like what you mentioned just now, the data type. So if you are transferring large files, it will definitely take a longer time and it will be slower. If you are transferring small packets, that will be the best. Okay. So far, was that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next. So explain why data compression should be used when we are transferring information.
Data compression.
Yes, did you hear about that?
Yes. Data compression would reduce the size of the data, which would take up less bandwidth and therefore prevent the data transmission speeds from decreasing too much.
Okay, that's an excellent answer. Um, Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I think there is nothing I would like to add here. Um, yes. No, but let me read for you the answer here because he talked also about the cost. So here, compression reduces the size of a file and size of the data and the number of packets to be transmitted, which reduce the transmission time and consume less bandwidth and result in significant cost saving. So I believe you should this last should be last line should be part of your answer. Is that clear to you? We should
Yes.
proceed.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So again, a large amount of sensitive data is stored online and need to be protected. Outline how encryption is used to protect the data.
Okay. Well, what encryption does is it makes use of a key to turn the so that while the data is being transferred, if like a third party tries to access it, they wouldn't be able to understand what it is. So the only people able to like understand it would be the other people who have access to the key in order to decrypt it.
Okay. Do you know what is a key?
Uh, yeah, the key is like the it's what's used to well, it's what's used to like encrypt or to like decrypt the data.
Okay. Give me a second then. I will go through this very fast. Let me see here. Yep. So just a fast explanation here. So you are really you put your hand. What does the key means? So the initial way to actually encrypt data previously in the old Roman times was to do some kind of shifting. So do you see here um, a no? Let's look here. This is the original. Oops, this is the encrypted. So for they say I want to put the key equals 3. This is the initial way of encryption. This now the key are more complicated than that because this kind of encryption now with the speed of with the high computing speed that we have in computers now, it can be broke very fast. So this is just to explain the concept of a key. What is a key? If you have A, so you will say that I use encryption key of 3. So it means for every A you have in your text, so imagine that you have a text like this and you would like to encrypt that text to something else. For every A, you replace it with D. So we come here. This is the encrypted text that we want to have. For every A, we replace it with D. For every B, we replace it with E. We replace the B here with E, like that. For every C, we replace it with F. Okay. For every D, we replace it with G, and that become our. So this is the original, and this is the encrypted. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So you understand now if we want to put a key like 10, how it should look like, right?
Yes.
Good, perfect. We continue. Okay, now describe the role of a firewall. Leo, you are still following up, right?
Yes. Yes.
I guess you need me to help?
I just described the role of a firewall.
Yes.
Yes. So what a firewall does is it it controls how much. So what a firewall does is it controls the level of access that that a network can have on a device.
Mm, we need to improve or work more on this. But one thing that sometimes come in exam questions. Let me. I want you to be aware that they call the encrypted text cipher text. They use this word cipher text. So plain text is not encrypted. Cipher text is encrypted. So just be aware of that. So this is encryption protocol that they have. I don't think that they will have programming questions regarding that, but anyhow, this is a plain text that you provide. This is the encryption algorithm that you have. This is the key that we explained a while ago. And this is ciphertext is the output of the process of encryption. Same like when I put here ABCD and I get out DEFG. Is that clear, right?
Yes.
Now we go back to firewall. So in a firewall, first, there is two types of firewalls, software firewall and hardware firewall. So in a software firewall, this is something that you can install on a small network, okay? Or even your PC. So what can actually a firewall do? It can protect your PC from hackers, from unauthorized potential trials of access. So people will try to access your PC, but then the firewall will actually block them. And sometimes software from so of course here they are talking about putting this firewall in a network. But so again, if you install the software on your PC, you will find that here, if this is your PC and this is the software firewall, so inside your PC, the firewall will think, is it the Microsoft Word are allowed to access the internet? If it is suspicious, he will ask you, should I allow Microsoft Word to access the internet? If it doesn't make sense, then you should block it. You should not allow software that typically doesn't have any relation to using the internet from using it, because it doesn't make any sense. It makes us suspect that he's trying to do something wrong. It's not authorized, or transfer even our information. So sometimes there is software that can be installed on your PC that is called keylogger. Keylogger, you cannot find it in the normal programs. It's normally hidden. So this keylogger will actually store every information that you press on the keyboard. And then it will try to send, this is the keylogger. It will try to send that information out to the internet to a specific website or a person. Okay, so if you have a firewall, that will block or prevent this keylogger from sending, or it will ask you if it was not sure what decision to take, it will ask you, or should I block this software from access the internet? It is trying to access this IP or this website. Should I block it or not? So this is the function of a firewall. If it is a software, okay, so a software can work on a PC, can work on a small network, like 3 or 4 computers. They can install a software firewall on one of the PCs and ask it to act as a protection for the network, like that. So this is a kind of trusted network, a small network. And this is internet, typically, which is untrusted network. So it means that we should be able to control which programs to use to access the internet. We should close and open again.
Yep.